everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Singleness Diaries. I am so sorry that it's taken me this long to upload a video. I know I was supposed to do it in the morning, but then I just haven't been feeling that well, and honestly I'm just straining my voice to even do this. But I said, consistency, we're all about consistency. So yeah, today is episode 2. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that actually shared the video, liked it, commented on it. Like, you guys went above and beyond, like more than I could even think or imagine. But I guess that's what God does. He just exceeds our expectations every single time we are obedient and do what He's asked us to do. So today we are talking about something that's a little bit more on the serious side, something that I feel a lot of people struggle with. I know I've struggled with it for years, but it's something that I feel that I need to talk about and share. And hopefully you can, learn something from this, and you can identify yourself in my journey. That's the whole point of this, is for you to find yourself in my journey so that we can walk through it together. You know what, I'm gonna make it short, straight to the point, and I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. So like I always say, grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your wine, one glass, don't be petty, watch your weight, the usual. So welcome back. So today's episode is all about healing, and I mean in the emotional sense. Healing your heart and the journey that it takes to heal your heart, and the steps that I feel that I've implemented that's helped me heal. Basically, I'm not like 100% there. I don't think anybody ever really gets to 100%, but I feel like I am a lot better than I was this time last year. So I'm just gonna give you a few tips about healing and my journey, and just share a couple of things that I feel will be essential to your journey. And if anybody has any tips that they do or anything that's useful, please drop it down in the comments. We're all here to learn. I'm not perfect, and I don't have all the answers. I'm just here to share what I've learned. So if you have a different technique that I haven't mentioned, please feel free to comment down and let all of us know how we can heal. So I wrote everything down. So the first step that I would say is definitely just acknowledge that you're broken. Acknowledge your heartache. Acknowledge that you're not in the best emotional place, because I feel like when you acknowledge that you're broken, that's when you let God in. For me, change really happened when I cried out to God and just said, God, I'm so broken. I'm in so much emotional pain. I need you. And if any of you know, when you cry out to God, He meets you at your point of need. I found a verse and I found a scripture that I had never actually even read in my life, and that's in Psalms 34 verse 18. It says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. So just me knowing that, the fact that my heart is broken and God is there for me right now, in the most weird way, that was the most comforting thing that I could have read in that moment. For those of you who don't know, in 2016 I lost my mom, and during that time, to be honest with you, I did not heal at all. I did not grieve, because the pain that I felt was so scary that I thought I would never come back from this. I said, if I allow myself to feel this heartache, I may not come back from this. I may not recover. So what I did was I found a distraction. So I got into relationship after relationship after relationship, and I would put the healing of my heart on the person that I was with at that time, and make it their responsibility. So I was just basically just a hot mess. I won't even lie to you. I was a hot mess. I was emotional. I was just a wreck. But what I would do was just like date somebody that needed me so much that I would forget about myself. Ladies and men, I don't know if you've ever done that, where you've got so much going on with you emotionally that you think the best thing for me to do is put myself into a relationship, throw myself into something that would distract me to the point where I don't have to deal with my emotions. If it wasn't a relationship for me, it was school. If it wasn't school, it was work. Last year was the first time I feel like God literally said, you have to stop. You have to deal with this issue, and you have to make sure that before I even take you to the next season, you've dealt with this. And it was hard. It was really, 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 really hard. I won't even lie to you. It was extremely hard, but worth it. Now when I look back at it, it was definitely worth it. I'm glad that I took the route that I did, instead of doing the normal thing that I do, get into another relationship. Like, I was a serial dater, but this time I was like, I'm not going to get into a relationship. I'm going to heal, I'm going to make sure that I cry out every single thing that's in my system. And that's point number 2, is take your time. It's not a race. Healing is not a race. Nobody's holding you at gunpoint saying, hey, heal now. No, it is not a race. Take it from me. Take your time. If somebody comes to you and says,
how come you're not over this situation? How come you're not over that situation?
And tell them, you don't even walk a mile in my shoes. You don't even know what it's like to be in my life. So if you don't know, please don't even try. Don't even, no. And I do not like people that do that. That put people's healing on a timeline. Like, oh, in the next 3 months, you should be over this situation. You want the one whose heart was invested? You want the one who was crying in the night? Like, no. Nobody should be, no. That's, no. So, yeah. It's not a race. It's your heart. If there's anything you get from this video, it's take your time. It's your heart. It's your future. You owe nobody an explanation to anything. You do not. Point number 3 is feel your emotions. Feel your emotions. I was a roller coaster of emotions. One day I'll be up, next day I'm down. The next day I'm great, the next day I'm not that great. But feel your emotions, because if you suppress them, you're not doing anybody any favor. You're just hurting yourself in the end. You truly are. So feel your emotions. If it takes you 2-3 days of you just being in bed and crying, I took like a week just crying and crying. But you know, I was crying up to God, of course. But yeah, I was just like, God, when is this gonna end? Because it felt like it was just, I felt like I was in this cycle every single day of just crying and crying and crying. And I was crying about a lot of stuff. Mind you, from 2016 to 2021, or 2020, let me just say, from 2016 to 2020, I had been collecting pain. I had been collecting emotional pain. If it wasn't my mom's death, it was a breakup. If it wasn't a breakup, it was some other disappointment. And then I'll get into another relationship, and then that will end. And then I'd collect that pain and then take it to my next relationship, and then that will end. To the point where last year I was so emotionally exhausted, you know, I was tired. So I said, I want to feel my emotions like I've never felt them before. I literally said, God, open the floodgates. Let me feel every single thing that I've put myself through. I cried so much. I laughed as well, because, you know, you do have to find humor in some situations. You know, I cried, I danced, I did everything that I thought that I needed to do, you know, that wasn't going to damage my future or anything, to get through this process. So you need to heal. You need to cry, you need to feel your emotions like you've never felt them before. Point number 4. Point number 4. Embrace the good and bad days. Embrace the good and bad days. In James 1 verse 2, it talks about counting it all joy when you experience trials and tribulations. That's exactly what you should do. Even when you're going through your healing process, still count it joy. Still be able to find joy in that. You know, if it's you counting the fact that you're alive, if it's you, I was like, God, thank you for this toothbrush that I'm able to brush my teeth with. God, thank you for these slippers that I'm able to wear to go to the gate. God, thank you for the money that I'm able to even have to buy airtime. I started thanking God for things that I had never thanked him for, because I was like, I want to find joy in my good days. Joy in my good days, because that's it. Finding joy even in situations that are not great. That's the tea. That's the tea. Is find joy even when things are not going great. Is get Christian community. When I tell you, my friends, my family came through for me during this season, I cannot even describe in words how much I love each and every one of them. Some of my friends, I would message them at midnight and tell them I don't know how I'm going to manage the next day, and they will pray for me. They will get on the phone, they will pray for me. Some of them were typing prayers. Let me tell you, getting great community around you when you're healing, it's medicine for your soul. It truly is medicine for your soul. Get people that will stand in the gap for you and pray for you. Get people that will call you randomly just to make sure that you're okay. Amazing community. For me, I have a lot of people that I'm accountable to, people that are way older than me, people that have walked through this season before, and then I have people that are my age as well, so that we can discuss it and grow through it together. I have an amazing Bible study group. I love each and every one of the women in that Bible study group. They know it. Like, we are each other's therapists sometimes. Like, we just truly pour out our hearts. So get great community. You cannot do this thing called life on your own. Healing, as much as it's a personal journey, you need people there. You really do. Because sometimes you just need somebody to say, you don't believe in you, but I believe in you. You don't think you can make it happen, but I believe you can make it happen, But don't believe what the enemy tells you during your healing season. He is a liar. He's only here to destroy your future and destroy your mindset. You need to block out any noise from the enemy, whether that's friends that are coming and telling you, wow. I did that. I did that. There's a lot of people I cut off because they were just coming to get gossip or just coming to hear, oh, I heard you and this person broke up. Oh, were you the one in the relationship? Yes, I cut off a lot of people that I thought did not have good intentions for me, and I made my circle very small. Naturally, my circle is extremely small, but I made it even smaller because I'm like, you know what? If I want to heal correctly, if I want to get through this the way I'm supposed to, I need to be smart about it. I need to make sure that I get godly community. I need to make sure that the people around me are people that are pouring into me, people that are giving me godly information, and not people that are just coming to drain me for dear life. No, a lot of people need to mind their business. The Bible talks about you minding your business. If you think I'm lying, I'm going to put a verse. It talks about you minding your business, doing your work, so nobody can come and say anything to you. So just mind your business, okay? Mind your business. So yeah, man, whoever said you need to get healed in just a couple of months and whatever is a liar. Because if anybody has healed the correct way, they know the stuff takes time. It takes time, man. It's not a quick fix. It's not something that you just wake up and you're like, hey, I'm healed. Look at me. Ooh, thank God. No. No. It takes a long time. Look at me. It was a whole year for me to come to this point where I'm even able to talk about it. When it first happened, are you kidding me? No way. No chance. No way. But yeah. Go in the comments, talk about the challenges that you face when you heal. We can all learn from each other. You never know. The way you heal might be the way I'm supposed to heal. Like, we can learn from each other. Don't just look at me and be like, oh no, she's got a video, like, she's got a camera in her face. Bruh, hey, I'm also just learning. I'm also just a student. I'm constantly a student in the class of God. That's just me. I'm a student. So who knows? Maybe God's gonna use you as the teacher, and I'll be humble enough to listen to what you have to say. So yeah. If you have any points that you feel people would appreciate, or people would what am I trying to say? Anyway, if you have any points that you feel that people would learn from, please share. Please share. This is a community. It's a community. We're all here to learn. Sorry. Have an amazing week. God bless you. God bless your families. Just blessings, love, and light to each and every one of you.